If you remember back when we first started talking about data types, I had briefly mentioned lists. And the truth is, I think I used the word collection, but list is a great name for it because that's exactly what it is. A list is a data type, okay? So a variable is going to be a string or a number or a list. And a list is a collection, and then I'll put slash list because that's what it is, of variables in one variable. Okay, so that means that we've got a single variable, right? A list that has a bunch of variables inside of it that are grouped together for some reason. Okay, why would this be useful? Let me give you a super obvious example because we will use these all the time. Let's say you were going to make an app that organized countries by population size. Like for some reason, you need that data. And country one, at least as of today, would be India. Okay? You'd make another variable called country two, which would be China. Country three would be the United States. You're getting the idea here, right? We have to make a different variable for each one, even though it's obvious that these belong together, right? Is there some way, instead of having four separate variables, we could have one variable and then have a whole bunch of really awesome ways to interact with it? Yes. That is exactly what a list is, okay? The way that we make a list, let me clear this off quick. The way that we make a list is we would make a variable called countries, okay? And we would set it equal to, you use square brackets, okay? And this right there is enough to define an empty list. We have one variable with a list of no variables inside of it, right? This is like having a grocery list, okay, of things that you need to buy at the grocery store, but you don't need anything, so you've got an empty list, okay? Let me get rid of that because that doesn't make sense for where we are headed. We'll come down here. The syntax goes like this, right? Square brackets, and then we would put inside of it India, which is a string, right? So it's a list of variables. This is a variable, comma, and then we go to the next one. So the next one is China, which is a string, right? Double quotes, comma, go to the next one. The US, comma, go to the next one, which was Indonesia, and so on. These are just, it can be any variable you want inside here. We could put the number 4. That doesn't make any sense in context of our variable type here, but you could put a boolean. When we get there, you can put a dictionary, you can put an object, you can put any type of variable that you want in here. How do we access them? Well, this might take a minute for you to wrap your head around, but we access them by what is called the index. Okay? This is an important concept, very important concept with regard to lists. The index is always a number, okay, and it always starts with 0 unless you do something really strange, okay? What do I mean? Well, in order to access India here, let's do it over here actually. Get a different color here. We would do countries, and then using that exact same notation, those brackets, you would go to element 0, right? Number 0, index 0 is India, okay? If in your program you wanted to grab China, you would go to countries, that's our list. You would use that square brackets and you would go to number 1. That's the index, that's the number, that represents China. So this is 0, this is 1. Again, it always starts at 0. It's kind of frustrating. It's definitely frustrating as a teacher to talk about this because it's the first one, but it's not number 1, it's number 0, right? So if you wanted to hit US, you get the idea, right? You'd go to countries 2 and so on. Okay? This is the absolute basics of a list. Let's code it out.